What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fan? What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This is JB right here, host of the Behind the Bench podcast channel and network. And we finally got this show up and going. And we hope people out there support this effort to bring the latest in sports and do so in a way that is very authentic and coming from a historical perspective at the same time without being partial or biased. As close as humanly possible, that is. But I just want to touch on something real quick. You know, as we witness the crowning of a new NBA champion, the 22-23 Denver Nuggets. And as I've been saying, throughout these playoffs, I'm elated as a fan of basketball, as a fan of this all-time great league, that we witness a team thrive, and through perseverance, patience, and a long-term view, sticking with the plan, developing their young talent, they became champions of the world. And it's just a testament to the key to all of this is, in this era of player empowerment or whatnot, or team, superstars joining forces, creating these super squads and super teams and stacked decks. It just shows that a real team will always stand out more, and they will accomplish more in the long run. And I'm just elated, and much props to the fans in the city of Denver, who were witness to history as the Denver Nuggets won their first NBA championship. And it was led by this man here, none other than Nikola Jokic. And you remember all the talk over the past couple of seasons when Jokic was winning would turn out to be back-to-back league MVPs. And he had a solid argument for winning his third straight league MVP, which the last player to accomplish such a feat was Larry Bird in 1984, 1985, and 1986. Now, mind you, I was happy. I was cool to see Joel Embiid win his league MVP. Everybody know he been kind of, sulking that he was runner-up the past couple years, even though he was leading the league in scoring and whatnot. So, this year, the three players who had the best case for being league MVP were Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So whoever would have won out of those three, I'd have been cool with it. You know what I mean? But it was cool to see Embiid get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Nikola Jokic, he finished the season as the league champion. And to me, when you do that and you're the leader of a conventional-based team versus a super team, to me, if you finish the season as the champion, as the star player, as the finals MVP, you're the best player in the league by season's end. But what's funny is, these so-called pundits and experts and talking heads were being critical of Jokic, saying, well, Jokic hasn't led his team anywhere. And I'm sitting here like, now, mind you, Denver Nuggets is not my team. And I'll, later on down the road, I'll mention who my squad is. But I feel that out of respect, I'm going to focus on Denver. And I'm going to focus on Jokic. And now, even before the bubble that took place during the 2019-2020 season, or maybe these pundits and talking heads were unaware that these same Denver Nuggets did advance to the Western Conference semifinals and lost to the Portland Trailblazers in a hard-fought 7-game series that Portland went on to win in that decisive Game 7 to move on to the conference finals in 2019. And they lost to Golden State in the conference finals. But you can see clearly that Denver was a team to be reckoned with. you got this young team out here, 22, 23 years old, and they balling in terms of their best players. Okay, so then you go into the 20 season, you play in the bubble, they upset the Clippers, they come back from a 3-1 deficit. They face the Lakers in the conference finals. And if you really go back at this series, okay, the Lakers went up 2-0, and that was only after Anthony Davis hit a game-winning shot in the game 2 to put the Lakers up 2-0. Then Denver won game 3. There was some mercurial circumstances that happened afterwards, and the Lakers went on to win that series in 5 games. But you can clearly see that Denver was a team of the future. So all this critique that he got over the past 2 seasons prior to this year, I'm sitting there like, do y'all realize what was holding Denver back? It's not Jokic, because he was getting his team to the playoffs. He was leading his team to the playoffs. And I believe because of that, which I'm going to mention towards the end of this, is the reason ultimately, along with his exceptional play at the center position, that during the 2021 season, he led Denver to the conference semifinals, right? They upset Portland in the first round and then went on to lose to Phoenix in the conference semifinals. And then last year, he led his team to the playoffs again and lost to Golden State in the first round. I believe that series ended in 6 games, if I'm not mistaken. But they seem to forget what solidified his case of winning back-to-back league MVPs outside of his exceptional play and when he was achieving at that position. Well, they forgot for the past 2 years, he had been missing his number 2 and number 3 player in the postseason. That being Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. They forgot about that, especially last year. And he was still getting his team to the playoffs. So all this criticism about, well, what has he done? And has he led his team anywhere? What has he won? I'm sitting there like, well, let's see what happens when he gets his second and third guy back. Well, we saw what happened. They clinched the number 1 seed in the West. They stampede through the Western Conference playoffs, winning the first round versus Minnesota in 5 games, beating the favored Phoenix Suns in the conference semifinals and beat them in 6 games versus Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, right? And then beat the Los Angeles Lakers with the healthy Anthony Davis and LeBron James and that new squad they got mid-season, and they beat them in 4 straight. And, of course, they topped it off by winning the championship by beating Miami Heat in 5 games for the championship. So they finished with a postseason record of 16-4. Well, we got an answer. Only thing holding Denver back was injuries to their secondary and number 3 player. And when you look at the future of this team, motivated by their head coach, Mike Malone, who is instilling the belief that they can win back-to-back and repeat next year, well, the core of their roster is entering their prime. Jokic is 28. Murray's like 26, 27. Porter's like 24, 25. Aaron Gordon is in his prime. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he may be the oldest player of the starting five, and then their rookie Christian Brown, who helped them and played a key role in Denver beating Miami in Game 3 to take a 2-1 series lead. Well, you can see why Denver has an excellent chance of repeating next year or winning another championship somewhere down the road. So I just want to throw that out there real quick, man. And like I said, Jokic is the real deal. And now we see why he won back-to-back league MVPs. and it's a good chance he's going to win another one, another league MVP. So when these pundits, man, when they sit there and make these blanket statements, man, they don't give you the full context or the full picture. They never did say, well, Jamal Murray is out per se, because I don't think they ever believed Jamal Murray was a big time player. I think that was the problem. And it stands to reason Michael Porter Jr. is only going to get better. So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm thrilled, man. As a fan of the NBA, it just goes to show those outside voices could make you look at things in an unrealistic fashion and may cause you to jump the gun and seek a trade when you don't need to seek one. So, like I said, kudos to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, man. I just want to throw it out there, man. Again, this is JB for Behind the Bench, and I will holler later.